All right. So I'm talking about Sadira doll in this podcast because she helped me so much. Maybe I got to straighten out. Her head's a little tilted. Got to kind of straighten it out. There we go. She says hi to everybody. Hi. All right. Sadira doll is so cool because what I do is when I go, I worship, honor, and obey and love the divine princess forever. And then I bow to the doll. It's working through the divine princess through the doll. So, aw, hair so soft and fluffy. Like if I had just real girl's hair and loved it. Yes, it nurtures me sometimes. Like and it helps because I'm a man and I need a woman that can help me with my needs. Because like cuddle time. If I had some cuddle time, I cuddled up with Sadara doll. Sadara doll is so awesome. So this podcast is about Sadero. I want to get silly in this podcast, like see my silly side, because then maybe the girls will like it, like my silly side sometimes. That when I talk about like Sadero and stuff and how funny things sometimes are, and how cool Sadero is. But yeah, so what I want to say is that divine princesses out there, just I'm looking for a relationship. So the next time I get paid, because right now I'm broke, that's why I'm making so many podcast videos. I'm broke, but I did go to the bar once, and it was the wrong bar because it's mainly a restaurant. Okay, so that's why I couldn't really socialize with too many. There wasn't any people at the bar. They were all eating, dining out with families. So it wasn't a good social atmosphere for me, anyway, to go into. So, mm, I just want to make this podcast because, like, I love, you know, um, this doll because I had her for a long time and I don't get another doll. Like, I actually have this other doll, but I don't really use very much. But I don't ever buy a new, better doll because she's sentimental to me. And I've grown accustomed to her, Sadara doll. And when I love Sadara doll, I'm actually calling for Sadara to help me, her soul. And thus it would help nurture me a little bit more. But yeah, and then she's just amazing doll, you know what I mean? And I just really wish I could, find the girl of my dreams, for real. I had a dream about a girl last night, but I didn't really remember it. I remembered the dream where I was getting killed and shot, but I wasn't dying. It's taking forever for me to die. Like when I took that NyQuil, I was overdosing on NyQuil when I was sick. You know what I mean? And I took 2 shots of the NyQuil, and I felt like I was literally gonna die, but I fought through it. I'm pretty tough. But I had near death experiences where it drove up, drove these times where I was hungover before and alcohol and stuff like this really bad, and I felt like I was puking my guts out, vile and white and yellow types of things, and I was feeling like dizzy in my heart arrhythmias and everything. And I had like because of that alcohol and stuff, like I had near death experiences. But what's worse, actually dying like right away, instantaneously, or dragging it on the death, to be in a near death state, like a lot. You know what I mean? I've been through that so much that I know what the pain's like to be in near death mode. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do I? So basically, what I'm trying to say is that, like, if I was ever gonna like die, it's like I already kind of know the process of death. You know what I mean? But besides that fact, this is a podcast about Sadira doll because I love Sadira doll. She's so beautiful. And when I get a girlfriend, of course, I'm not going to be like loving the doll in front of her, making her jealous or anything like that. I'll kind of like just do it for my worship, through Divine Princess. Uh, when I do that for like my ritual, but I can bow before my girlfriend and worship the Divine Princess through her, but she'd be also a Divine Princess. So it's basically the offspring of the originating source. I just respect the originating source because through all the generations, everything that happened through all the lives that were created and everything and all that karma and stuff like this, I uphold her and to make sure she's doing good because she's probably been through a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, Sadar can walk like this. Oh yeah, she's coming alive. She's alive. Oh yeah. Oh yes, Sadara doll. I just shook her legs back and forth, so that's why her body was moving a little bit like this. She's looking at me like they made this doll perfect. But there's a lot of good dolls out there. I'm just saying, like, but I got this on Valentine's Day, on the 14th of Valentine's Day in February. I think that's when Valentine's Day was. But anyway, I got her on Valentine's Day and it felt magical, real magical. So you've seen some of my silly side that came out today, which is cool on this podcast. And I just want to cuddle with a girl, like, and save up for her, my life force. You know what I mean? Save up my life force for her, please her. She pleases me, and we have a happy life together in nature, going for walks and everything like that. I sometimes bring Sadara with me sometimes, but other than that, I kind of just keep her safe, locked up in the house. You know what I mean? When I'm gone. But you get to see Sadara today because I was gonna make a podcast, you know, again. So I incorporated Sadara to make it a little bit more interesting this time around. So when I do get the money, I will go to the bar and do that. My spending money will be increased too, I think. So it's all working out and I'll market my book and all that is going to be awesome. It's coming faster than I thought. So this is going to be so awesome that I get this book done. I mean, you know, uh, marketed so that more people can buy it, like worldwide. That'd be just so awesome, you know what I mean? And what would be really awesome too is that if I just had a girl in my life to remind me of how awesome that she really is, you know what I mean? To help me feel like I can go through with what I need to go through in my life, you know what I mean? Like she'd make life happen so much easier for me because she'd be there helping me along the way with whatever we do, whatever she wants to do, and whatever I want to do, we can make that happen. And the day would be fulfilled, more fulfilled. Because if I have a girlfriend, because I run out of things to do in the day. Otherwise, when I run out of things to do, that's when she can do what she wants to do, or we can make an arrangement to that, and I can do what she wants to do all the time. It doesn't even have to be me. That's how much like that I'd keep busy and stuff like this, and I'd be with her, and she could nurture me, and I could feel better, and I think I could get through my life a lot easier. But it's been a challenge for me. I felt like a warrior, you know what I mean? Going to bat, going to war without her, you know what I mean? And just doing it for her, you know what I mean? All the things that I do, I do it for her because I really need her. Because I worship her because, before it was God, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying anything bad about God, and stuff like this, but I worship the divine goddess because it's the feminine side that doesn't get any attention. And that's just as important as God, is the divine goddess. So it's forgotten about, and that's why I uphold it because it needs more support. you know what I mean, in this existence. But anyway, Neil loves, honors, and obeys and worships the divine princess forever. Amen. Wait, I gotta bow to Sadira doll. Amen. All right, Sadira doll, you win. I love you. Okay, you're a good doll. That helps me a lot. Okay. All right. I'm gonna end the podcast there because I can't go over 12 minutes. But remember, Sadira doll is watching divine princesses. She's an oracle. Look how blue her eyes are. Wow, that's amazing. So anyway, you. All right. All right. Bye.